Hi, I'm Kathy McCann and welcome to Kathy Talks. Today I'm going to be talking about expectations and how challenging it can be sometimes when someone has a different idea in their mind about what you would like or what they would like and you're not on the same page. Please stay tuned and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So, expectations, everybody has them, but how often do we clearly communicate them to another? In the early days of dating, this is something that I believe is really important to do the most of, and that is setting very clear expectations of behavior, of what's acceptable and what's not. Of course, you need to do it with a gentle glove, there's no question about that, but here's an example for you. What if the woman that you were dating shows up late for every single date that you've set up? It doesn't matter which day, but she's anywhere between 20 minutes and 40 minutes late every time you want to get together. What are you supposed to take away from that? Are you thinking, oh my God, this girl is so unorganized, she's got no clue about time? Or are you thinking, you know what, she's not a very good planner, she just is not considering traffic or whatever other interruption there might be that's showing up in her day? Or might you be thinking, gosh, there's somebody back where she was that's holding her back and she doesn't have boundaries and is unable to say, I need to go now. Your mind might just be spinning all over the place. But if you're someone who really gets irritated by tardiness, this would really get on your nerves over a very short period of time. And I could see, and I actually do know of someone who's considering ending a relationship because of this particular issue. So I would suggest that bringing it up might be a good idea, and suggesting to her that this is something that is a bit of a non-negotiable. It's really important to you that they understand when you have a set time that you're going to get together, that's when you show up. It's not out of the ordinary. It's not something that's unrealistic to ask of someone. Not at all. It's very, very common, and it's also a courtesy thing. So if you explain to her how important it is, I have a feeling that she's either going to come up with a great big long laundry list of reasons as to why she's always late, or she might just say, you know what, that's a problem for me. I have always been like that. And that's when you run for the hills. You might really want to consider doing that because chances of her changing are probably very little. But some people really just do not recognize how important it is to someone else to be able to meet their expectations. I was dating a number of years ago a gentleman who was very clear right up front about his expectations. And I don't know that he actually framed them in that way, but in our conversations he was telling me about his partner and how she irritated him endlessly with a list of things that could seem quite trivial to someone, but to him they were huge. They were almost deal breakers. He was so stressed about it. He had a hard time enjoying their relationship as a result of it. So that's important, whether anyone else thinks it's important or not. To him, it was important. So I listened very carefully. And as he talked, I thought, I think these are things that are not a big deal to me. It wouldn't be hard for me to accommodate and to pay attention to and to do my best to avoid irritating him. And it was everything from, not letting him know that the last paper towel roll had been used or you're getting low on paper towel to if you used the last bit of paper that was in the printer, letting him know that we needed more paper. He liked sharp knives in the drawer if all of the dishes were in the dishwasher and there wasn't one sharp knife in the drawer. That was a freak out moment for him. And if you borrowed the scissors, put the scissors back where they belong. All of that stuff I paid attention to, and I followed it religiously when I was at his home. And, we had a very peaceful relationship. And I was really grateful that he had been so upfront in sharing that with me, so I didn't fall into the same trap. Often we just do not tell people the things that bother us for fear that they're going to look at us funny, they're going to judge us, they're going to think that we're too picky or we're OCD or we're this or we're that. But if you want peaceful relationships, you need to share what's bothering you. You need to let people know what's on your mind. We're not very good mind readers as a rule. Women are not so bad, but I'm telling you, men are not very good. So both men and women really do need to learn how to speak up and to share what's on their mind. Is there something going on in your life that maybe you're not sharing and is really irritating you? Would you like to find a way that you could perhaps bring it up without them getting too upset about it? Most of us do. I do have one idea for you. If you are going to bring up something with a wife or a spouse or a girlfriend, and you would like to make sure that she doesn't get too upset about it, ask her permission first. Perhaps you might be able to phrase it such as, sweetheart, I've got something that's been bothering me a bit lately, and I'm really wondering if you might be able to help me. I don't know if you can. Don't know if it's possible, but I just wondered if you could hear me out. Now, any woman should recognize that as a sign of, oh my gosh, my guy's got a problem, he's got an issue, and he's asking for my help. When somebody asks me for help, I want to help. It's a natural reaction, and it creates a lot less of a defensive response to it. So once you've got her attention, then very gently bring it up, not in an accusatory tone. Always use the I'm feeling. I feel like I get so irritated or annoyed when I come home and I put my bag down here beside my favorite chair, and then I go for dinner, and when I come back, my bag is gone. I know you're probably just trying to keep the house tidy, and I so love how well you do at keeping the house tidy. But I just get sitting down, go to reach for my bag, and it's not there. And so I have to get up and I have to go. I know it's little. I know it's such a little thing. But you know what? It would make such a big difference for me if you could just leave it there for me. If you say no, it's okay. I get it. I'll try to continue to suck it up. But I'm just telling you, it would make such a difference to my mood if it was just there. Now, what woman wouldn't agree to that or have a laugh or maybe even tease you just a little bit about it, but roll with it. And then when you're done with that banter back and forth, say to her, you know what? This might be a good opportunity for you to get something that I'm doing that irritates you off of your chest. Is there something I can do? And you might want to say, is there one thing that I could do? Because chances are she's got a list of about 10. So let her have her word. Let's see what she's got to say, and try not to get defensive. And if she really matters to you, and if her irritation is something that you take seriously and you would like to relieve her of that, then by all means, try and do your best. Because you know what? If you scratch hers and she scratches yours, you'll both be a whole lot happier. Anyway, that is my thought for the day. I hope that there was something in there that made sense to you, and I do look forward to seeing you again. But until next time, I want to wish you peace in your heart, joy in your heart, the kind that no one can ever take away, because you do deserve it. Namaste.